This is the UDPOWER 2400. This is a portable power station built to handle serious loads without turning into a massive brick. Now, right out of the gate, here are the numbers that really matter. This unit delivers 2,400 watts of continuous output with surge support that can jump up to 3,600 watts when something needs an extra kick at that startup. Battery capacity comes in at 2,083 watt hours, which puts this solidly in the category of power stations that can actually run real equipment, not just charge your iPhone or Android if there are Android users out there. And physically, it stays manageable. It weighs about 39.9 pounds. We'll call it 40 pounds, and the size is compact enough that you can move it around without needing a lot of help. But at least I don't, and you shouldn't either. So the foundation here is quite simple: high output, large battery capacity, and a compact footprint. That's the baseline. Everything else builds on top of. So let's get into it here in this video. Now, right out of the box, you're going to get, of course, the power charging cable. You're going to get a car accessory charging cable and the instruction manual all together. Now let's talk about what's inside, because that's where the long-term value of this unit really comes from. This uses LiFePO lithium iron phosphate batteries, and they're known for their durability and safety compared to standard lithium ion setups. According to UDPOWER, every battery goes through 84 safety and quality tests before it ships, and that focus definitely shows up in the lifespan numbers of this unit. You're looking at around 4,000 charge cycles while still holding about 70% capacity over time. That is literally years of regular use, not just occasional emergency backup. So use it. It's meant to withstand the test of time. Another detail that stood out here is energy density. UDPOWER designed this pack to deliver more capacity in the same physical size, meaning you're getting close to 2 kilowatt hours of power without increasing bulk. So instead of growing bigger, it gets more efficient. That's a big deal if you're moving this between locations or packing it with you and other gear, go on a camping trip or on an epic adventure. Power delivery also matters as much as the battery size. This unit runs on UDPOWER's UDTURBO inverter system, which is their in-house third generation design. What that really means in practical terms, well, let me tell you: better energy conversion efficiency, less wasted power, and smoother operation across multiple devices.
All right, now we're in business. So it's pulling almost 500 watts. This is the Pure HV. I just reviewed this on my channel. I'll link that video. This is an awesome portable AC and freezer or fridge compartment right here. So I have both the freezer going at negative 20 degrees and the AC, and it is blasting cold air, working beautifully off the UDPOWER S2400. Now I can go anywhere, eat my ice cream, and stay cool.
The system uses AI-driven management through AI-BMS 3.0 combined with an energy management system, or EMS. Those systems constantly monitor things like temperature, voltage, current flow, and battery balance. There are 10 temperature sensors inside watching the system in real time, and that balancing system helps keep every battery cell working evenly, which extends the battery life and improves charging performance over time. Didn't know there was so much going on inside here, did you? Another standout feature here is standby efficiency. When the unit isn't actively powering devices, it can enter a near zero power loss standby mode, which means it can sit ready for long periods without draining itself. We've all been in a situation where we go to use our power station and it's dead, even though we charged it 4 months ago. That's particularly useful for backup scenarios. Charge it, store it, and it's still ready months later when you actually need this. These are all features that you probably didn't even think of when you were shopping for a power station. And if you did, let me know down below, because these are things that I certainly didn't think of when I first started reviewing power stations here on my channel. Charging flexibility is where this starts to feel particularly real world use case. First, the speed. In super fast charging mode, this unit can go from empty to full in about 40 minutes under ideal conditions. That's fast enough that you can realistically top it off before heading out, because we all know it takes way more than 40 minutes to pack up the car. But if long-term battery health matters more than speed, there's also battery care mode, which slows charging to about 40 watts and helps extend the lifespan of the battery cells themselves. You also get multiple charging options. That includes AC wall charging up to 1500 watts, car charging 12 volt or 24 volt, solar charging up to 240 watts, and solar input uses MPPT technology, which tracks solar output and improves efficiency, typically delivering 10 to 20% more usable charging power compared to non-MPPT systems. So whether you're at home, in a vehicle, or running solar from our beautiful sun here in Tucson, Arizona, the system will adapt to be the most efficient in storing the most amount of power, depending on how you want to deliver it to the UD power station. Now let's look at connectivity, because this thing is built to run multiple devices at once. Again, not just to charge your iPhone. On the front, you get 6 AC outlets. That's massive on this size of a power station. 2 USB-C ports, 100 watt power delivery, 4 USB-A fast charge ports, a 12 volt car socket, dual DC ports, and a 15 watt wireless charging pad right here on the top. So this isn't limited to small electronics. It's really built for mixed loads, which is more realistic. But the feature that really separates this from typical portable power stations is the UPS function, and this is something I'm really excited to use. There's an uninterruptible power supply built directly into the unit. If power goes out, this switches over to about 0.01 seconds or 10 milliseconds. That speed is fast enough to keep things like desktop computers, routers, servers, medical equipment even, or maybe my Eufy E1 UV printer that always has to be connected to power from being interrupted. So if you're rendering videos, backing up files, or running network gear, it keeps everything alive without crashing when the power goes out, which will happen. That's a capability normally reserved for dedicated UPS systems, but here it's built into a high capacity battery unit. And you know what? Those UPS systems can be incredibly expensive, and this is multifunctional. So in my opinion, this is a much better buy when it comes to a UPS system. And no, we're not talking about the brown guys. Now I'm gonna actually plug the UDPOWER S2400 into the wall outlet, and this will put it into the UPS mode so we can use it as backup power, because now we will have power input coming in here while outputting over here. So now you can see that we're getting power in here. And then what I'm going to do is, while it's plugged in there and powering, so it's passed through power right now. So I'm going to start the blender. Still have the MacBook M5 Max plugged in. Power to it. Blender did not miss a beat. Blender did not miss a beat. You probably can't hear me. I was trying to say Blender did not miss a beat because it had the pass-through power, and then within milliseconds, it switches over to the battery power, enabling any of your electronic devices to continue to run. Excuse me, I'm gonna eat my Ninja ice cream. The outer build of this unit is designed for durability. The housing uses PC and ABS composite materials with a 94B-0 flame retardant rating, which is the same safety standard used in high-end electronics. It's also rated to handle drop impacts, heavy vibration cycles, materials and high stress environments like just riding in the back of a Jeep. Some internal structural parts even use ballistic gear material to keep the area safe. Cooling is handled through a full thermal management system, not just a fan strapped onto the side. It links major components and one cooling loop using variable speed fans to adjust automatically based on the temperature that it's handling. So inside it's going to stay as cool as possible, and on the outside it actually stays very quiet. Under controlled conditions, charging can stay below 20 decibels, which is quieter than most household appliances. And we all know what the annoying household appliances are, aka maybe the built-in ice maker, but I love that thing. So stepping back, this isn't just a battery pack with a bunch of outlets in it. It's a high output system built around large capacity, fast charging, UPS level reliability, and long-term battery durability. The combination of AI managed power delivery, fast recharge speeds, and near zero standby losses makes this feel like a unit designed to stay ready, not just react when it's needed. And for anything that depends on consistent power, that reliability becomes the biggest advantage when looking at the UDPOWER S2400. I've put this thing through the paces, and I gotta say, this thing is durable and it's going with me everywhere now. I'm also gonna use the UPS function of it for that Eufy E1 UV printer that I mentioned, because if the power goes out at my studio and that thing goes down, it costs me a lot of money in wasted ink. So glad I got the UDPOWER power station. They really did think of everything. Check the links below. I've got everything listed there for the best price right now online.